We have a new Nona release, and this time they came back with their song Rollerblade. I'm a little bit late on this reaction. I just came back from a trip to Japan, so I couldn't really record just then, but I'm very excited because as soon as I found out that they have dropped a new music video and song, I was just very excited to react to it and see exactly what it is that they have dropped. They're recently on a trend of executing some really hard-hitting songs. We had so many songs with like the really grungy party style sort of vibe, which is very different from their debut because usually Nona is very melodic and very like soothing sounds, but lately they have been just executing at more of that hard style. So I'm expecting Rollerblade to be something similar to that. Either way, it's going to be a treat because Nona is constantly evolving. Like they are pretty much improving right in front of our eyes. Like they're experimenting with so much different stuff. They're leveling up their performances. So I'm excited to get into it. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. For more reaction videos to Nona and much more, please make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's kick it off. We got Rollerblade. Instantly with the rollerblades. Traditional gear, feels like. Okay. Okay, it's hard hitting again. Whoa, this choreo needs... Oh my gosh. Oh. Bust the speaker. Ooh. Okay. Follow the leader. Okay. Christy. What is this? It feels like reggaeton. Oh my gosh. My dump truck? Oh, okay, so this Rollerblade, this is crazy because I did not expect this from Nona. Straight away, this is what I mean. They're constantly experimenting. It's just like something that's very fresh again from Nona. Like, how do you go from shoe all the way to this Rollerblade where they're on the rollerblade and they're talking about like these very intense topics and expanding on this rollerblade concept? Wow, I was not expecting that, but the intensity is already very apparent. Their choreos are getting just more and more intense. Like this is wild so far. Down the rollerblade. Oh, the core strength is ridiculous. There's people watching them. They were skating like on there. That was so cool. Air horn. Oh, I love this though. This is right up my alley. Who are you? They're on the floor so much. Christy! What the? Blade. Nah, this is one of my favorite sounds from Nona. Blade. Oh. I love this skating move. They execute it so well. It feels like they're on rollerblades. The air horn. Oh my gosh. That was great. Wait, that was so short. I love this song first of all. It's a way too short though. I felt like that could have been way longer. This is what I've mean about like songs lately. I feel like they definitely could have done longer for this. They could have expanded it. I feel like recently Nona's songs have been so short. I mean, with the amount of quality that they have been providing lately, you would think that they would make longer songs. So that's a bit of a bummer. I felt like it could have definitely been longer. But first of all, like this sound is amazing. Like this is something that is very fresh again from Nona. Like I said earlier, they're experimenting so much lately. And this is a new sound that they have unlocked. It's very much of that South American vibe, which is something that I vibe with, and it's very good for me to listen to, so I really enjoyed that. And choreo especially looks very intense. Like I've been saying, Nona's choreo has been getting very intense lately, and it kind of showcased that because they're constantly on the floor doing some crazy moves, really showcasing their flexibility in some cases and their core strength. There's so many different positions that they were in, which is just very mind-blowing. It's a very interesting turn because they started off with the traditional gear, so I was thinking they were going to go back to like their roots with like like a more Indonesian style. But then they just like completely went crazy with like the concept. In the lyrics, they say island girl from Indonesia. So they're shouting out Indonesia. Body bombastic, bust the speaker. This is where it switches. And now it goes into like that more high tempo, just like very explosive style. And then they say demonstration, I'm the teacher. Simon says follow the leader. So now they're taking control over this. And now we're going to follow Nona as they take us on this ride. And that's basically the concept of this song, as they're on their rollerblades. So when they tell us to follow the leader, now they're going to be the ones that are going to be teaching us. They are basically telling us that all eyes are on them and we'll be following their lead as they take us through this song. What's really cool is that they say that all eyes are only on me, used to it from the past. So they're kind of used to this because they're so talented that people constantly have their eyes on them. So they are used to that attention and they are going to use that to really showcase the confidence throughout this song. And now they're going a bit more vulgar because it feels like they're just so confident that now that their style is completely switched, they're just adding in so much different vocabulary and a different sort of style to the way that they perform their song. Boy, stop, hit him with the red light, hot walks, swerve on him, I might just ride on my dump truck. Wild. They're experimenting with the sounds. Kra, kra, kra. Like, this is a very cool style from Nona. And then they're on their rollerblades. So this is like their swagger. This is like their charm that they're bringing in this song. They're also just wanting to be the center of attention. They want to dance, be in the center of the room. Anybody who opposes them, they say, who are you? Which is very funny. They're the ones that set the mood. They're the ones that are in charge. So anybody that steps on their toes are going to be people that are going to be criticized by them. So you're not safe if you try to get in the way of Nona. And then they say I'm a crazy girl every day of the week. Oh man, I'll make them freak, freak, freak. They just got people at the palm of their hands. They can't handle it. And on the rollerblade. So this rollerblade really was just like exemplifying their new confidence and their charm that they have about them. Like, this is the new look of Nona. We really went from like their very melodic sound to like this Nona that feels like very uncontrollable, a Nona that has just so much confidence and are willing to just experiment with a lot of different sounds. This is so cool. This development is actually very special because it's not often that you see like such a cute charm turn into such a dangerous one. Even more so the way that it's executed so well. Like, it feels like they own it. Like, it doesn't feel out of place. Like, even though that they're performing like a different style, it feels like it's something that they have definitely owned up to and it's a part of them now. I wouldn't be too shocked if from now on they do so many different stuff and float around the different styles that they have developed. Like, this one was a very new one as well, just having like that more party style, which kind of reminds me of South America. I mean, I'm not too sure about like more East Asian or Indonesian music. It could be a similar sound to there as well, but at least that felt familiar to me and I really enjoyed that. I feel like Nona is constantly leveling up, like I said, and experiments with new stuff. So that's a W in my book. I just wish that their songs are longer. Like, I'm looking at their channel right now. Rollerblade 2 minutes. Work 2 minutes. Sizzle 240. Like, they could do 3-minute songs, but they're kind of not doing it for some reason, which is a bit of a bummer. So my wish for their next song, please make it around 3 minutes. That would be very fantastic. But that'll be it for me. Stay tuned for more Nona content. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.